Life is short. How to truly live after 50. If you're over 50, listen closely. Life isn't a slow stroll anymore. It's a sprint. 1 minute you're raising a family. The next, you're wondering where the years went. But here's the good news. Your most meaningful days aren't behind you. They're waiting, right now. If you've ever thought, is it too late? Friend, it's not. And today I'll show you why. The Bible puts it perfectly in James 4:14. What is your life? It is even a vapor that appears for a little time and then vanishes away. That might sound a little heavy, but it's actually a gift. You see, when you realize how quickly life moves, you stop wasting precious minutes on fear, regret, or hesitation. You start living fully, deeply, intentionally. And friend, whether you're 55 or 95, there is still so much living to do. The days used to feel like they stretched on forever. A single summer as a child felt longer than some of our entire adult decades. Back then, birthdays took forever to arrive. Now, it feels like you blink, and another Christmas is knocking at your door. You're not imagining it. As we grow older, our perception of time actually changes. Scientists say it's because we experience fewer firsts. New experiences make time feel slower, because our brains are busy recording fresh memories. Remember your first bike ride? Your first road trip? Your first big family Christmas where you were in charge of the turkey? Those firsts were vivid, detailed. They slowed time down because your heart was wide open. Now, as routines settle in and days blur together, time picks up speed, like a train gaining momentum downhill. But here's the wonderful news. We can slow it back down. How? By intentionally creating new firsts again, even now. Yes, even in these beautiful emerald years. Try a new hobby. Travel to a place you've never seen. Read a book that challenges you. Dance to a song you don't know. Every time you do something fresh, something brave, something different, your brain wakes up. Time stretches out again. Life starts feeling full again. Not just busy, but full. And that's a gift worth grabbing with both hands. Now that we know how to make time feel richer, the next question is, how do we make sure we're spending it on the things that truly matter? Stay with me. You're about to unlock a simple shift that can transform your days into treasures. Life gets shorter, not longer, the more we live it. And that makes what we choose to spend our time on absolutely priceless. Did you know the average life expectancy today is about 77 years? If you're over 50, you've already lived more than 2/3 of your life. And friend, that's not something to fear. That's something to treasure. It means every sunrise you see, every hug you give, and every choice you make carries more value now than ever before. If you're anything like me, you know how easy it is to get caught up in the little things. A leaky faucet, a missed phone call, a grocery list that somehow grows longer by the hour. But here's a truth that's both freeing and challenging. Not everything deserves your time. Some things are urgent, but not important. Some things are loud, but not meaningful. The secret to a life that feels rich, even if the days are fewer than they used to be, is learning to guard your time like a rare treasure. What deserves your best energy today? A call to an old friend, a walk in the sunshine, a handwritten note to your grandchild. You are the gatekeeper now, not the world, not the news, not the endless to-do list. It's you who gets to say, this matters This gets my yes. And friend, when you start living by what matters most, a miracle happens. Life feels slower, fuller. Your soul feels lighter because you're no longer carrying the burden of a million meaningless distractions. You're choosing connection over noise, purpose over pressure, joy over busyness. And believe me, when you start choosing like that, even an ordinary Tuesday becomes sacred. It's never too late to start. Today could be your first masterpiece. And that brings us to a beautiful truth you won't want to miss. How to design a life you love, one intentional choice at a time. Once you start guarding your priorities, a brand new possibility opens up. You get to design the life you truly want to live. Life isn't just something that happens to you anymore. It becomes a canvas, and you, beautiful you, become the artist. Maybe you grew up thinking certain dreams were out of reach. Maybe you spent decades serving others and forgot you had dreams of your own. But hear me now, it's not too late to dream again. It's not too late to redesign your days so they feel like a reflection of your heart, not just a reaction to the world around you. Start small if you need to. A morning walk by the water. A few minutes journaling your dreams, even if they seem wild. A project that stirs up excitement in your soul. Remember, small choices ripple outward. Build a morning that makes you smile. Craft an afternoon that gives you peace. Shape an evening that feels like a hug for your soul. Life design isn't about having a perfect schedule. It's about intentionally filling your days with what lights you up. And the more you do that, the more life stops feeling like it's slipping through your fingers. It starts feeling like a song that you're still writing, and that only you can sing. And speaking of singing, the next part of this journey will show you why relationships, the people you laugh with, cry with, and walk with, are the richest notes in the symphony of life. At this stage in life, career and purpose take on a new shape, one with softer edges, but deeper roots. It's not about climbing ladders anymore. It's about lifting others, standing firm in your legacy, and finding joy in work that means something. Maybe you're retired, but not tired of growing. Maybe you're still working, but craving more. Why behind the what? Or maybe you're asking, what now? After decades of routine, here's the truth. Your purpose didn't retire when you did. In fact, it might just be getting started. What you do with your time, your talents, your wisdom, it matters more than ever. You've gathered decades of experience. Don't tuck it away. Share it. Shape someone's future with a story, a skill, a gentle nudge in the right direction. Volunteer, mentor, create, build, serve. Write that book. Launch that small idea you've whispered about for years. Whether you're 50, 60, or 70, you're still allowed to dream. The emerald years aren't about slowing down. They're about showing up with deeper intention. Ask yourself, what fires me up? What impact do I still want to make? Who could benefit from what I know? The world doesn't need more noise. It needs your clarity, your compassion, your seasoned voice. It's not too late to pursue a second act, or even a third. In fact, your best work may come now, when you have nothing to prove, only something to give. Because purpose doesn't retire, it evolves. And maybe now, it's finally personal. As we talk about legacy and contribution, we can't ignore the vessel that carries it all, your health and vitality. Let's explore how caring for your body now, directly fuels your sense of purpose tomorrow. Your body has carried you through decades of joy, heartache, hard work, and unexpected miracles. That alone makes it sacred. But now, it's time to treat it like the treasure it truly is. Vitality in your 50s, 60s, and beyond isn't about chasing youth. It's about honoring your energy and protecting your ability to live life on your own terms. It's walking with confidence, not just because you can, but because you've earned every step. It's waking up without pain, having the strength to hold your grandchild, or the stamina to travel and explore. It's investing in you, mind, body, and soul, so you can keep showing up for the things that matter most. This isn't the time to slow down. It's the time to tune in. Fuel your body with foods that nourish, not just fill. Move daily, not to punish yourself, but to remind yourself you're still alive and capable. Guard your rest like a treasure. Hydrate like it's your job. Laugh often. It's cardio for the soul. Your health is not just about years added to your life. It's about life added to your years. You don't need to be perfect. Just present and proactive. Because every choice today helps protect your independence tomorrow. And yes, it's never too late. Start with one better decision, then another, then another. You are not too old to get stronger. You are not too late to heal. This is your comeback story, and your body is ready to cooperate. So now that we've refueled the body, let's turn inward to your mindset. How do your thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes shape this radiant chapter of life? They say age is just a number, but the mindset you carry, that's the real clock. The Emerald mindset isn't about pretending you're 25 again. It's about recognizing that you've reached a place of rare wisdom, clarity, and resilience, and choosing to live from that power. This mindset doesn't ignore the aches, the changes, or the losses. It acknowledges them, but doesn't let them define you. You've lived through storms others only read about. You've survived heartbreaks, raised families, built careers, buried dreams, and birthed new ones. That's not wear and tear. That's refinement. The Emerald mindset sees every wrinkle as a signature of strength, every scar as a story, every gray hair as a crown of experience. It shifts the question from what have I lost to what can I still give? It whispers, you're still here. There's still time, and the world still needs what you carry, because purpose doesn't retire, and joy doesn't have an expiration date. With this mindset, you choose growth over grief, hope over helplessness, and faith over fear. You wake up each day not asking what's left of life, but what can you bring to it today? It's about feeding your spirit with beauty, your mind with curiosity, and your body with compassion. It's not about ignoring reality. It's about meeting it with a deeper strength than you've ever had before. You get to rewrite the story of aging. You get to be the proof that life after 50 isn't downhill. It's the scenic route. So how do we take this powerful mindset and put it into action? Let's talk about relationships, the people who shape us, stretch us, and sometimes save us. At this stage in life, relationships take on a new light. Some have faded, some have flourished, and some we're still learning how to navigate. You've likely lost people you thought would always be there, and held on to others by a thread or by grace. You've loved deeply. You've been hurt, maybe even by those closest to you. But here's the truth. It's never too late to love better. Your Emerald years invite you to be more intentional with your relationships. Because now, you know what matters most. And what doesn't. Let go of keeping score. Let go of waiting for others to make the first move. If someone is worth loving, love them now. If someone is worth forgiving, set yourself free by doing it. You don't have time for grudges anymore. Only grace. Call that old friend. Send the message. Say I'm sorry. Say I miss you. Say I love you. But don't just focus on the old. This season is ripe for new relationships too. New friendships, fresh community, even new romance. Yes, at your age. Especially at your age. Because now you know what real connection looks like, and what it doesn't. You don't have to impress anymore. You just need to be present, be kind, and be real. Surround yourself with people who see your value, not your age. People who speak life into you, not drain it from you. And most of all, be that person for others. Because the most powerful relationship you'll ever have is the one with yourself. And that too can be healed and nurtured no matter how late in the game. So what fuels your connections? What gives you the emotional awareness to love well and live well? Next, let's explore the quiet strength of emotional intelligence and how it can transform every area of your life. A gentle superpower that only gets sharper with time. You've spent a lifetime learning to read the room, hold your tongue, and choose your battles. That's not just wisdom. That's emotional intelligence in action. It's the quiet strength of knowing when to speak and when to listen, when to let go and when to lean in, when to offer advice, and when someone just needs your silence and presence. In your younger years, emotions may have ruled the moment. Now you have the power to rule them, not by force, but with compassion. You've learned that not every comment needs a response. Not every argument needs a winner. And peace, it's worth more than being right. Emotional intelligence in the emerald years means noticing how others feel and how you affect them, knowing your triggers and tending to them like an old friend, choosing curiosity over judgment, offering grace before assumptions, responding with love, even when it's hard. It helps you rebuild bridges, hold boundaries, and create space for healing. And perhaps most importantly, it deepens your relationship with yourself. It gives you permission to feel without being ruled by those feelings, to cry without shame, to laugh without apology, to forgive without needing an explanation. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being present, heart, and all. You've lived long enough to know emotions are just visitors. They come and go. But how you respond, that's what shapes the legacy you leave. Now that we've tuned into the heart, let's get practical again. How can you build a meaningful life, not just emotionally, but socially? Let's explore your social capital and how connection is the currency of longevity. The people in your life are the wealth you carry that can't be taxed or taken. In your 20s, your network might have helped you climb the career ladder. In your 30s, it may have shaped your family or community. But now, in your emerald years, your social capital is your lifeline to joy, meaning, and even longevity. And it's not about how many people you know. It's about how deeply you're connected to the people who matter. A 5-minute phone call from someone who truly sees you, a neighbor who checks in, a friend who knows your laugh and your limits. Those are riches no bank account can match. Study after study shows that seniors who stay socially active live longer, healthier, and happier lives. Not because of magic, but because of connection. You weren't created to do life alone. You were made for community, whether that's your family, your faith group, your coffee crew, or even your online tribe. Social capital also means showing up for others, giving, not just receiving, being a safe place, a listening ear, a smile at the grocery store. You may not be able to run marathons anymore, but you can still run toward people with kindness. So, strengthen the bonds that lift you. Let go of those that deplete you. And don't be afraid to make new connections. Yes, even now. Because every hello holds potential. Every shared laugh is a deposit in the bank of the soul. Your relationships shape your outer world. But what about the inner one? Let's talk about learning and growth, and why your mind is still one of the most powerful tools you have. Your mind isn't slowing down. It's just waiting for something new to spark it. You might have finished school decades ago, but learning? That never ends. Every time you try a new recipe, learn a new app, or figure out how to stream a show without help from the grandkids, you're growing. And that growth is gold. Your brain is like a muscle. The more you use it, the more it serves you. And no, you don't need to learn calculus or speak 5 languages. Learning can be simple. Reading 1 new book a month, trying a new hobby, asking why instead of saying, I already know. The most vibrant seniors are the ones who stay curious. They're not afraid to ask questions or admit they don't have all the answers. And that humility keeps them young. Growth also means changing the way you see things. Not just absorbing facts, but shifting your perspective. Choosing to see opportunities where others see obstacles. Choosing to adapt, not out of fear, but from a spirit of openness. In these years, growth might look like learning to be gentler with yourself, or learning to let go of things that no longer serve you. Sometimes, growth isn't about adding more. It's about releasing what's heavy. You are not done learning. You are not too old to evolve. In fact, this chapter might just be your most transformational yet. Not just the energy to move, but the energy to live well. You've likely noticed. Energy shifts with age. It's no longer about staying up till midnight or sprinting through your day. Now it's about learning to manage the kind of energy that truly fuels your life. Personal energy is more than physical stamina. It's the spark behind your joy, the calm behind your peace, the fire that gets you out of bed. Not because you have to, but because you want to. You protect it by saying no to the things that drain you. You replenish it by saying yes to what restores you. A walk in nature, a meaningful conversation, a quiet cup of tea, where no one needs anything from you. Energy flows where your focus goes. So when your thoughts are cluttered with worry or regret, it leaks. But when you align your day with what truly matters, your energy multiplies. This isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters with intention. Maybe that means resting without guilt. Maybe it means dancing in the kitchen just because the music feels right. Or taking time to pray, to breathe, to laugh. You may not control how much energy you wake up with each day, but you do choose how to spend it. Spend it on what lights you up, on whom lights you up, on becoming a person who shines, even on quiet days. So how do you put it all together? The wisdom, the energy, the growth, the joy. Let's wrap this journey with a celebration of living fully, fearlessly, and creatively. Welcome to the beauty of creative living. This is your encore. Make it a masterpiece. Creative living isn't about painting sunsets or writing poetry. unless you want it to be. It's about waking up and asking, how can I make this day feel more like me? It's about infusing your life with meaning, color, and choice, no matter how simple the canvas. Maybe it's gardening with your bare hands. Maybe it's rearranging your furniture just to make the room feel new. Or wearing that bright scarf that makes you smile, even if no one else sees it. Creative living says, I'm not too old to try something different. I'm not too late to add joy to my routine. I can still surprise myself. It's found in how you cook dinner, how you greet a neighbor, how you pray. It's found in breaking your own rules, gently, because today called for something else. It's found in how you love. When you live creatively, life stops being something you manage and starts becoming something you design. And that's the beauty of the emerald years. You've been given a wide open canvas. There's wisdom in your brushstroke. There's history in your hands. And there's glory in the way you choose to finish your story. You do not know what tomorrow will bring. What is your life? Remember, you are a mist that appears for a little while and then vanishes. James 4:14. Life is a vapor. But what a beautiful, meaningful, radiant vapor it can be. So live wide. Live kind. Live like every breath is borrowed and every day is art. If this spoke to your soul, share it with a friend who needs a gentle reminder that life isn't over. It's just getting good. Leave a comment with one thing you're still excited to try, learn, or become. Subscribe to the Emerald Years, where every week we remind you that growing older is a gift, not a burden. You'll get uplifting stories, practical health tips, and gentle reminders that your best days aren't behind you. They're unfolding right now. Let's age with intention, vitality, and joy together. And remember, you're not too late. You're right on time.